Hey everybody, welcome back to Sheepdog's Logic YouTube channel. You got Sheepdog here, and just want to give you an update. Today's Sunday, I got to go back to work today, but I thought I'd give you an update, and we do a little bit of work on the cab over. And here, let me show you what I got done yesterday. All right, there you go. I got the steer tire off the passenger side. We're looking at the passenger side here. I was able to get the steer tire off. I actually did work on that bottom shock mount bolt right there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that loose or turned, or I couldn't get it out of there. The reason being, I was using my 3/4 inch drive impact instead of my 1-inch drive impact. The reason I was using my 1-inch impact is because I don't have any 1-inch drive sockets. Wow, another thing I didn't think about earlier. So I ordered some last night, and we got some on the way, so I should be able to knock that bolt out of there no problem once I get those. But I was able to get the steer tire off, was able to get the blocks moved over, a jack under it and everything, and get her up off out of there, and moved her over there by the engine. So yep, steer tire's off, and off the passenger side. Good to go there. We'll bring you back when we start working on that again. Oh, no. There we go. Got to get her centered again. So yeah, so we got the floor done. So as of now, the floor is complete, other than, like I said, covering up that bottom part. Oh, and I also been working on the steer tire, or the shock replacement. So let me show you what I've got done so far on that. Right there. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Got that plate off. If y'all been watching this video series, you know what that plate's for. And there's them U-bolts right there. Got that. Had to cut them off with that cutter. And I had to use that to get them to get the broken right there. That one. No, that and that were stuck in the axle, so I had to use my 1-inch drive to get them to spin so I could get them out. So I got all them off, and now I'm working on that nut. Anybody that's been paying attention to these videos know what nut I'm talking about. That one right there. That nut that holds that plate down, that holds that shock mount bolt. I can't get that bolt out. I've tried it with the 1-inch. It won't even touch it. So it's in there. It's rusted. So I got to take that plate off, just like I did the other side. I was going to take it off anyway. So I got to take that plate off, take it to a buddy of mine. He's got a acetylene torch. I don't have a torch right now. I got torch set, propane torch set, but I don't have a acetylene torch set, and I don't have oxygen or none of that stuff. So yeah, I still got to get that. But a buddy of mine's already got it, so he's the one that did the other side, so he's going to do this side for me too. And right now I'm letting it soak with some Freol, baby, Freol. Yeah, that stuff works. So we're gonna let that. I want you know how important that is. That nut has to come off there. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. It has to come off. And that, could you? Hold on, let me get you around. Can't even imagine if that bolt broke, right? If that, yeah, because that bolt's part of the hello springs. So if that bolt broke, that'd be bad mojo. There we go. Yeah, that'd be bad mojo. So that bolt can't break. All of you that have been following along with this, you know the driver's side, what we had to go through to get all that off. And this side's a lot easier because we already been through it, so we know what to do. All I got to do now is get that nut off. I can take that plate off, take that down to a friend of mine's down where I work, and he'll get that bolt out for me. Paint it, clean it all up, paint it, put it all back together. We're good to go. Clean up that block that's over there, that U-bolt block. Put it all back together and put that steer tire back on. So then we're done. We're done. We got both sides done. We got both shocks replaced. I still got to replace the brake chambers, um, and I'm going to look at replacing those drums because I do not like the way they look. But that's later. We got other stuff to do right now. I'm not going to paint the frame right now because that's later. We got lots of work to do before we paint the frame. So I ain't worried about that right now. I ain't worried about the brake chambers. They work just the way they are. So yeah, so do the drums. But eventually they're going to be changed out. So with that said, I'm going to let that nut soak a little longer. I want it to soak real good with that Freol. And then once I'm ready to pull it off there, because it's such a tedious job, I'll bring you back. I have to show you something. I didn't show you this last time. Let's take a look. There it is. That is the torque wrench for big rigs, trucks and trailers. Yep. Oh, also got me a 1-inch drive, 9-piece 1-inch drive socket set. That dirty one right there is what I used to get the U-bolts off, along with cutting them. But I still had to spin them to get them to free up from the actual axle. Alright, so let's go see if we can get this nut off. Or let's do that better. Let's get this nut off. See if I can set you up in a way where you can see what's going on. I got an idea. I'm gonna stop the camera and start it again. All right, I took my mic, I turned my mic, I don't know what's going on with the mic, but sometimes I don't even know if it's working. And if you got the mic hooked up and it ain't recording, then there's not gonna be any recording. So the video might suck. So just another thing I gotta get used to. Yeah, I'm just, wow, man, it worked out. I was getting ready to use this bad boy to heat up that nut, but I didn't have to. That channel locks, now they slipped a couple times and I had to try a strap to hold the channel locks even tighter than I could hold them, and the strap didn't work at all. So I just went back to the beginning and held it with my knee, my right knee and my left hand while I ratcheted that nut off. And it was hard all the way off, up until the last turn, and it came off. It was hard getting it off the whole time. Whew. Wow. Well, the good news is the nut's off. Now, like I said before, I gotta figure out, well, I gotta hold that bolt with the channel locks again, flip them around, hold them the other way, so I can rethread that bolt for that 1/2-inch nut, which I've got to find my tap and die set, yeah, rethread set, tap a hole or rethread a bolt, you know, that set. I've got it somewhere. I don't know where it's at right now, but I'll find it. And I also got the brand new 1/2-inch nut, which I know is in there. So I'm gonna find them shortly. It's only 6 o'clock, so I got some time. I'd like to try to get that rethreaded and make sure the nut fits. And I can't put it all back together because I got to get that shock bolt out of the shock mount. And I can't do that. I don't have a torch set, and my buddy does. He'll have it out in 5 minutes. He just heats it up with his acetylene torch, gets it all hot, expands the metal, breaks up the rust, and takes his 1-inch Milwaukee impact and spins it right out of there. So he'll do it again. He did it with the last one. He'll do it with this one. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a break. That was a lot of work, let me tell you. A lot of work. And nervousness. The bolt, that bolt that goes through that leaf spring, that round part on the bottom, which we all thought probably was going to be a bolt head, right? Well, bolt head or smooth serp, whatever it is, that part sticking out at the very bottom, there's a hole in the top of the axle itself, and that part slides down in that hole, and that keeps the truck all aligned. So it's very important. That bolt's very important to keep the alignment of the front axle. So hopefully we can continue to use it. If we can't, then I'll have to get another one, and I'll have to jack up the truck off the frame a whole lot more to get that bolt up into that hole. So let's hope for the best. Talk to y'all soon.